Well, you're a fucking crook.
This? You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder of Faith and...
As I already informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Pordew who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie? Georgie?
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not. Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
Georgie paid for what he did. In the
Eu acho que essa não foi essa foi a pior opção.
bled out from his wounds. It's over.
So he's dead? That's what you're saying?
I can't believe it was him. So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it
Ele
later,
acha
but
que ele não é
right now,
culpado?
you're the one I'm concerned
O homem
with.
You called
torto?
the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White.
Fine. Go right ahead.
Wait, that's not how this works. After the rest of your
Nossa!
crimes are read through, then
Nossa!
you will have an opportunity to defend yourself.
Babaca essa
Only
Branca de Neve.
then.
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and
Mal
providing
entendimento.
monetary support for the forced
Mal entendido, né?
prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of
Extorsões,
fraud,
nossa!
extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily.
Ukraine, cadê?
That one from your little
Né?
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come on,
involved.
it's obvious.
And there's all the other crap he's done.
Everyone just shut up for a minute. You wanted a chance to talk? Well, go ahead. We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right,
let's get
but
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him...
about
Que? Meu Deus, olha o
justice.
flood.
If we're ever going
Olha
to
a
heal
invasão de
ourselves
monte de
and
fala.
make something of this town,
Na
we
legenda.
have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
É o certo, né?
This is ridiculous.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell
Que
you what
tipo
kind
de
of person
pessoa?
he was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered two of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg. It was only a matter of time before something like this happened.
If you were so offended by it, why'd you cover it up then? If it had nothing to do with you and your shit, then
Exatamente.
why'd you try to protect him for so
What
long?
cover up? I never made any attempt to hide Georgie's criminal activity from you. I learned of it myself
For
only
fuck's
recently.
sake. Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby, when you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
You weren't being helpful. You were trying to set me up. Your people tried to kill me.
They get a bit carried away.
Eles ficam malvados.
Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them. You understand? understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man just to save someone.
I really hope you're going somewhere with this.
I see. You want to cut right to the point.
Exatamente.
I can appreciate that. Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that. Hired help. I see some of them are here among you.
Eita, nós.
My slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted that any of those girls
I'm sorry.
Está ainda
I'm sorry that your sister
na acusação lá do homem torto, né?
sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant.
Mas você é, né?
When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, but
Wasn't I?
We didn't abandon anyone. We've been trying to help them.
Really?
Sim.
What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that mattered, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic
Vixe.
to help poor fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
you were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
I know what you're doing, and it's not gonna work. You can't manipulate us or these people. We're not here to talk
Oh,
about
we're
this.
not?
Bigby just
This
means
is
that
important, and I'm glad it's being talked about.
you know why I asked him to destroy your
Treta,
tree.
olha a treta,
You were
cara.
working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect.
Exatamente.
We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You were
Exatamente.
noted for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
Do you really think the Crooked Man cared about you? He just cared about your money. He cares about your obedience.
Né?
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Ninguém apoia.
Very good, very good.
Eita,
Sentiment
nós.
is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie was working for
Né?
you.
E o George,
Maybe
né?
not a
a
confession that
confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke.
Ele matou todo mundo.
Given Bigby's
É, o George matou todo mundo, né?
What are you talking about?
You won't be able to talk your way out of this, Crooked Man.
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of
Exatamente.
you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
them.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course, yes. responsible.
Well, by that logic, Miss White should be on trial for Tweedledum's
Vixe!
since you know Bigby works for her.
That's...
He killed a man,
That don't make him a murderer.
doesn't it?
For fuck's sake, killing someone who's trying to kill you is
They were
hardly...
there to retrieve Crane. You didn't need to escalate things.
Me?
Ele
It was
matou.
them.
Ele
Who
tava
sent
tentando
those
matar a
two
gente.
freaks
Ele
anyway?
já tentou mais de 2 vezes,
Bigby
né?
and I have already discussed
dano.
his behavior that night. We're handling it
Now, where have I
internally.
heard that before? How about the way he treated the poor woodsman when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
That was different.
That was Bluebeard, not me.
He was a murder suspect.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened.
Exatamente.
Before you decided to kidnap him.
Cadê o Crane, aliás?
Oh, you're
Ah, ele foi embora, né?
Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely
Nós não somos
I
criminosos.
order those two girls dead. It
Né?
simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own
This
crimes.
isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I
The
know.
laws apply when we need them.
That's
I
not
mean, a
true.
certain level of privilege should be afforded to...
To who?
This is how it's always been.
Yes.
Vixe.
This is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers?
Não.
Judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny.
Tá,
Without me,
esse cara aí é muito
you're
bom de
on
discurso.
the verge of eviction. Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf?
Nossa.
Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White!
Excuse me,
I-
dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath?
What's she doing here?
O que ela vai falar?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Of course. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years.
Exatamente.
Let us hear stories about what you do.
Olha.
Told us
Ai,
we would lose
que peninha, né?
everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
Ai, que delícia.
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her?
Se a matou?
Did he?
Ela se
Sheriff,
matou.
this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons. She took her own life.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Nerissa.
Meu nome é Nerissa.
Is Nerissa.
Eita. Eita, preula. Ela vai virar a pequena sereia e vai dar uma surra.
This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me.
Don't worry. He's gonna pay for it.
Ah,
Made
se ele vai.
Georgie do it. It was all
Você está ganhando a multidão.
Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a
At least
stupid...
5 other girls.
Eu
backed me up
acredito
on
na
this.
Nerissa.
We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
Parece que o jogo virou.
Good enough for me?
Me too.
E aí?
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
Não, eu não posso ter uma chance de bater nele.
Like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he
Não, calma aí.
Listen to yourselves.
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to
Você também.
so quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
What, you take two people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
I could always rip your arms off first. Would you enjoy that?
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty.
É o certo
I
a se
know
fazer,
that, but
infelizmente.
We don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
Sofrimento?
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's not good enough.
Não, eu não acredito nela.
So we get rid of him.
Get him out of
We
here.
can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision. Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Look, I'm making the call.
Why should you?
He is the only officially appointed representative here.
Right. Bigby should decide.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Bora.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want.
É o que o povo quer, não é mesmo, Branca de
Okay,
Neve?
Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Yes, Sheriff.
Arrancar a cabeça dele. What the fuck?
Give him a fucking lesson.
What the fuck? Tem uma cabeça de... Desculpa se não é engraçado, mas... Pô, arrancar... Tá, então, né, vou prender ele, porque
He
ele...
has to
We
die.
can lock him
Just
Vai
so I
away.
cagar.
can get rid of him.
Eita, desculpa aí pelo barulho.
Everyone, I'm
Not this one.
Que?